This week we're joining Rhino's install team for 3 separate installations. Firstly, we've got an install in the colour Champagne Ice, and as you can see we start off by mixing up a couple of bags of aggregates into our Rhino 4-stage action mixer, followed by mixing up a resin and hardener mix, mixing this up for about a couple of minutes or so until it's thoroughly mixed together, and then depositing that resin and hardener mix into the mixer. Thereafter we'll deposit the final 2 bags of stone, then we'll add an additional bag of binding quartz for additional surface durability. Then we'll take the mix out of the mixer, depositing it into the wheelbarrow, before then going on to place it onto the surface, as you guys can see. We'll put these into manageable size piles just so it's slightly easier to spread the mix across the surface in a more even and consistent manner. We'll also use like a steel edging, a steel bar, which helps us keep the levels of the surface exactly the same. Then you can see Jack troweling down onto the surface, moving back and forth with the trowel in order to ensure that all of that resin and aggregate mix is thoroughly compacted together. This is the colour Champagne Ice, and I'll leave a link down in the description below to all of the colours which are available over on our website. I'll leave you to enjoy a little bit of troweling for just a moment. And here's the finished product with a full driveway installed and another happy customer. Then we're on to the next job, starting off another resin and hardener mix, mixing up that resin kit together, making sure it's all thoroughly mixed, and then ending up depositing that mix into the mixer, making sure that we scrape all of that resin and hardener mix out into the mixer to help bond the aggregates together, which each mix contains 4 bags of aggregates and also a bag of binding quartz too. We'll then take the mix out of the mixer, deposit it down onto the surface again, and then we'll begin troweling across the surface in order to ensure that we've got that smooth, consistent finish. The colour of this surface is called Sienna, which again you'll be able to find over on our website. We are also able to fill in drain covers too, so if you do have any ugly looking drain covers, then that's no problem whatsoever. So after a fair amount of troweling later, here you can see the final surface completed on the job. So then moving on to the final job of the day, you can see we're just quickly changing over the Rhino drum because we're using a different coloured mix. And then we begin that mixing process once again. The 4 bags of aggregates along with a resin and hardener mix which is deposited into the mixer. Now as soon as that resin and hardener goes into the mixer, it starts a thermosetting chemical reaction, so it's important to move fairly quickly because the mix will start to cure the moment that it is all mixed together. This surface, you can see that it does actually have dual colours within it as requested by the customer. So this is in the colour Alpine, which is kind of the grey colour, and then we've got the colour Riviera, which is the slightly more golden looking colour. And that is the third and final job completed for the week.